spider clings tight to her delicate web, spun right under the train platform. Address, under the tracks. Blue line, Damon Street. And as the train roars above her, the thin wisps of web holding against the underbelly of the platform tremble as the train goes by. What an odd place to make a home. How does she sleep, I wonder, with the train thundering by every 11 minutes? The trembling foundations on which she built her home disturb me for some reason, a feeling I cannot shake. Crowds walk mindlessly by her as they hurry on to somewhere else. She must have indigestion from trying to eat in such a peaceless place. And if spiders can hear, surely her ears must ache from the deafening rumble of 10,000 pounds of steel screeching by at 50 miles per hour. Can she feel like home here? Wouldn't she prefer a nice moss-covered tree somewhere outside of all of this noise? But maybe she's just a city spider, down a long line of 54 generations of city spiders, so far removed from the mossy green trees and nights so quiet that you can hear the silence. Maybe the only home she has ever known are these trembling foundations. We are in the midst of a war on consciousness, a nation enslaved by generations of mindlessness, a nation that was paved over graves for establishments to establish a society where greed is seen as an accomplishment. We call this the land of the free and the home of the brave, but tell me how we are free if we are only free because of who we enslave. The unlivable wages that are paid just to get things made, the land that we exploit for our economic gain. Tell me how we are free if we were taught since we were children that life is not free, you gotta get out there and earn it. And tell me how we are free if the medicines that keep us alive keep us paying into those systems until the day that we die. The indigenous tribes had free access to medicines because they all grew free within the land they inhabited. But now paved over their prairies is a CVS, where we pay thousands of dollars for chemically diluted versions of the true herbal remedies that were once free to us. How do we call this a free land when the price of living on it is so high that we become slaves to our jobs just to get by? Slaves to the caffeine that fuels our exhaustion, slaves to the alcohol that numbs our heartache, when we don't know who to blame for all of this pain. See, now I think we are all a little like that city spider. We have built our homes on trembling foundations, foundations of exploitation, segregation, degeneration, so far removed from the mossy green trees and nights so quiet that you can hear the silence, that maybe this is the only home we've ever known. And so maybe we don't need to ask how to fix the world's problems. Maybe we already know. Maybe changing the world is not a conquest over the future, but a long, hard look into our past, right before the shaky foundation was cast. Maybe we've forgotten who we are. Maybe we need to look again at the stars, realizing we are not separate but a part of the cosmos, and that maybe they are crying out for us to remember the love we started with. Aretha sang Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And her voice was like rain that washed away that sickening pain from before grace was found. See, the darkness is heavy, the guilt and the shame, the voice in your head that tells you who to blame. But 15 minutes at the river just isn't enough. It isn't enough to wash away all of this stuff. So we wash our skin in grace. It drips from our face, once blind, but now we see. See all of the hands we need to hold, all of the plans we need to fold, to give into the place, the origins of our race, the great spirit of the space, this love that is just a taste. Once blind, but now we see.